Dr Ajay Gambhir is a Senior Research Fellow at Imperial College London's Grantham Institute for Climate Change and the Environment, and he joins us now live. Thank you very much indeed for being on the programme. What stood out to you about this latest updated report, and how worried should we be?
I had a look through the report this morning and it was very stark. It's using language which I think is unequivocal in terms of how grave it is and how serious the threat of climate change now is. It says that climate change is being felt across the world, and so that really stood out. It's that it's here, it's with us now, and there is no option now but, as you heard from that clip, act really, really quickly and across all parts of the world.
So there really is no hiding from reality. The experts saying that it is likely that this 1.5 degree ceiling likely to be breached in the 2030s. This report saying that we do have the tools available, but there's a lack of political will. Why is that the case?
Well, people often say to scientists, why are you so calm about this? And, why aren't you shouting this and screaming this from the rooftops? I think that the language that you're seeing in the report, and actually the clip that we just heard, is this is scientists basically screaming from the rooftops, look, there is no time left. We have something like 10 years, perhaps a little bit less than that, till we breach this 1.5 degrees Celsius threshold. And that doesn't suddenly mean that things start going wrong, but that's a really important threshold. We're already seeing extreme weather events at 1.1 degrees Celsius above what we call pre-industrial levels. So 1.5 degrees, even if we limit global warming to that, is going to be worse than what we're experiencing now. So you're right, there is nowhere to hide. This is scientists basically screaming and saying, let's get on with it.
And you mentioned these really extreme weather events. This report really noting the scientific link between rising emissions and extreme weather. These changes only projected to keep getting worse with global warming. Is there anything that governments and businesses and citizens like us can do right now?
Absolutely. Look, we've seen encouraging announcements from governments and businesses across the world. They've announced something called net zero targets, often around mid-century. And that means getting emissions down to zero, or if there are any other emissions, then offsetting them with removal of greenhouse gases from the atmosphere. And those targets are encouraging because if we follow those plans, then that gives us something of a hope of keeping global warming below 1.5 degrees Celsius. At the moment, however, they are still words and they are still just paper plans. And yes, we are seeing some encouraging signs like the rollout of electric vehicles, wind turbines, solar panels, renewables, in many cases replacing coal and gas power. But we just need to see that at much greater scales and with much greater urgency. And it's when we start seeing policies and business decisions and consumer decisions on the ground really starting to kickstart this, that we'll know that we're getting on track towards something that's in line with 1.5 degrees.
Yep, so now really time for action. Thank you very much indeed, Dr Ajay Gambhir from Imperial College London, for your time this evening. Thank you.